podcast listeners. This is Annabelle, the founding and managing partner of Crefovi, the law firm which focuses on advising the creative industries between Paris and London. So I'm in Richmond Park and having a breath of fresh air after around 3 weeks in quarantine in London, since I had to be careful not to go out further from coming back from Nice, France. So this is my first outing in around a month. I've been overdoing it. I could have been going out and about around 1 week and a half ago, but I just today was the right day. So I wanted to talk to you about creativity today, and how you really do need to nurture your creative skills and your skills in general to keep on being creative, even despite all the setbacks and complications we've been facing since 2020. As you know, our law firm specializes in advising the creative industries, and we really do love advising creative entrepreneurs and creative businesses. For us, we really do think that creativity, know-how, intellectual property, brands, skill set, designs, ideas, and the physical representation of ideas, works of art, are really the what gives a spark to life. And we really do think at our law firm that they need to be protected, they need to be nurtured, they need to be enhanced and boosted. Today, the way the geopolitics are working is that most of the talent, most of the creativity is actually coming from either Europe or the US. To a lesser, of course, degree in other continents, of course. But usually the creative workforce is actually based either in Europe or the US, and then the manufacturing and production sites are either in other European places, but very often in Eastern Europe, in Poland, in Portugal, where, for example, the cotton is fantastic in Portugal, or Poland, or other Eastern European countries, where usually the workforce, the labor costs are very low, and usually the labor is also quite skilled, and also, of course, due to tax advantages in zones like in Asia, in Pakistan or Bangladesh, where there are some sweatshops, and also, of course, China. There are lots of manufacturing sites here, but usually, not always, of course. There are also lots of creativity, I'm sure, in Africa and in certain sites in Asia, in particular in big capitals and towns like Beijing, Shanghai, etc., and also Japan, of course, and South Korea. But I think that we can say that the creative studios, the brains behind all this creativity, is usually based in Europe and the US. So I'd say that Paris, London, and also Milan and New York are fantastic places for fashion. Los Angeles and London are also tip-top places for the film and music business, especially Los Angeles, but in Europe, I'd say that London is really the capital of that. And also there are lots of other, clusters of creativity for IT, for example, in San Francisco and the surroundings of San Francisco, of course. So my point is that as a creative, you really do need to make the most of that and find yourself. Well, you are young, when you're thinking, what am I going to do with my career? You have to start thinking strategically as to where you want to go and live in order to be able to make the most of these microcosms where your particular creative sector is going to be recognized as an art, as a strength, and also nurtured and also supported by potentially backers or financial backers or managers or talent agencies, etc., etc. So quite early on you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan. There's no point in saying I'm a fantastic actor in living in the middle of nowhere in in Italy or France or the UK, etc. You have to be at the right place at the right time, and so very often that involves being in London or close to London. If you are into acting or playing at the theatre. And of course in Paris there's a Cours Florent. But my point is that you really do have to think strategically as a creative where best you have to be located to nurture your skill set as a creative. And of course the paradigm is changing now due to the forcing changes that COVID-19 pandemic is fostering, and a lot of the business now is being done online. So that's great. It means, for example, that a lot of people were able to attend the Sundance Film Festival, which closed on the 3rd of February 2021 this week, by being based in Asia or Europe or Africa. That's as opposed to being in Utah in Park City. It's called Park City or Lake City. Anyway, so my point is that it's great that now on the online world and the online skills are making it much easier to be part of this microcosm and also this group of creatives around the world. It's good for the environment as well because you don't have to travel as much, and therefore you save on the CO2 impact, which is great. But having said that, though, the best universities, the best courses in acting, in the best agencies, they're usually in certain places, in certain countries, and in particular city. Sorry. So you have to do your research. You have to do your legwork to actually find out where is the best spot to make it. For example, myself, Annabelle, when I started my career as a young lawyer, I really wanted to actually work in finance and banking. So what did I do? Well, I went to the Bocconi Business School and attending a Master of Economics and a Master of International Economics and Banking at Milan at the Star Bocconi, and then I was recruited by a British bank to actually work in London in corporate finance. And since then, most of my adult life I've worked out of London, which is also used to be, I don't know now with Brexit, but used to be great for I think it still is really, it used to be the capital in Europe for the banking and capital market sectors. So you have to be at the right place at the right time. I know at the moment a lot of young students are actually staying put at their mummy and daddy's houses because they don't want to go, I don't know, to Canada, to London, etc. because of COVID. I think this is a shame. You need to, I'm really sorry, but you need to grow some balls, and you need to go out there and go on campus if you can, which I think is an option. Go back to where your university is. You have to be there, even if that involves staying in your student accommodation and working from your student accommodation most of the time, but you have to be on site. You can't be on in sort of dilettante student of your creative field. So and when I say you have to grow some balls, I'm talking both for girls and boys. It is irrelevant. You can have a lot of courage and strength as a woman as well. So so best of luck, with fostering your creative skills as a budding content creator, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.